The tension between Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck when they came together for their children made everyone around them uncomfortable. The children's school event was only supposed to last an hour and a half, a simple math competition, a small gathering prepared for families. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck would be in the same room for the first time since their divorce. And no one anticipated that what happened that day would be so tense. Jennifer walked through the school doors at exactly 2 p.m. She wore a white blouse and dark pants. Her hair was neatly pulled back, her makeup was perfect. But there was a weariness in her eyes. The divorce process that had been going on for the past 6 months had worn her down considerably. She held a small gift package in her hand. Surprise gifts she had brought for the children. Ben Affleck arrived just 5 minutes after Jennifer. When he entered through the door, he looked around as if searching for Jennifer. He wore a gray shirt and navy blue pants. There was a tired expression on his face, but when he saw Jennifer, his expression changed. He tensed up. When they encountered each other in the school hallway, both hesitated. Other families were moving around them, but everyone knew who this couple was. Whispers began. Phone cameras were secretly turned toward them. Jennifer was the first to speak. "Hello, Ben." Her voice was cold but respectful. Ben nodded. "Jennifer." "How are you?" "I'm fine." "How are you?" said Jennifer, but her eyes weren't looking into Ben's eyes. She was focused somewhere else, looking into the distance. "Good, where are the kids?" said Ben, putting his hands in his pockets. "They're inside getting ready. The competition will start in 10 minutes. Jennifer's voice was still cold, but it softened slightly when she mentioned the children. Both were standing in the hallway, but there was an invisible wall between them. Other families were watching them, but no one dared to approach. The tension between these two celebrities was so obvious that those around them felt uncomfortable. The school principal, Mrs. Rodriguez, approached them. "Mr. Affleck, Ms. Lopez, welcome. Your children are very excited about today." Jennifer smiled, but this smile seemed forced. "Thank you. We're very excited too." Ben also tried to smile but couldn't manage it. He just nodded. "Yes, thank you." The principal sensed the tension between them. "Well, let me show you to your seats. We've set aside a special section for families." The three of them walked together toward the school auditorium. Jennifer and Ben walked side by side, but they weren't talking to each other at all. The principal was trying to salvage the situation. "Your children are really very talented. They're especially successful in mathematics." Jennifer responded with a genuine smile this time. "Yes, they're constantly solving math problems at home. I'm very proud of them." Ben also joined the conversation. "Me too. They're really hardworking." This was the first moment of agreement between them, but this moment was very brief. When they entered the auditorium, other families saw them. Whispers rose. Some mothers grabbed their phones and immediately started texting their friends. Some also tried to secretly take photos. The principal seated them in the front rows, somewhat apart from other families. "You'll be more comfortable here," she said. Jennifer and Ben sat side by side, but both were very tense. Jennifer had clasped her hands in her lap, while Ben had crossed his arms over his chest. A few minutes of silence passed. Then Ben spoke. "How are your projects going?" Jennifer looked at him. "Which projects?" "New album, concerts, movies." "You know," Jennifer took a deep breath. "Ben, we don't have to discuss these things here. I'm just asking a question. You used to share all your projects with me once." Jennifer's face changed. Her eyes sparkled, but not with anger, with sadness. "A lot of things were different back then, Ben." "Yes, they were different." Ben's voice was also becoming more tense now. The families around them were trying to listen to this conversation. Some had turned their chairs toward them. Some had also turned on the voice recording feature of their phones. At that moment, the children came on stage. Jennifer and Ben's children were among them too. Both stood up and started clapping. "There they are," said Jennifer, with the first real happiness in her voice that day. "They've grown so much," said Ben, his eyes focused on the children. This moment seemed to be melting the ice between them. Both were watching their children, and for a moment they felt the peace of old times. But this peace didn't last very long. When the children started solving math problems, Jennifer and Ben sat down again. Jennifer looked at her phone that she took out of her bag. Ben noticed this. "Something urgent?" "No, just checking my messages." "Are you still busy with your phone all day?" Jennifer shot him a sharp look. What do you mean? Nothing, just, you used to be like this before, too. Always on the phone. Ben, please don't start. I'm not starting anything, Jennifer. I'm just making an observation. Jennifer turned off her phone and put it in her bag. Okay, I turned off the phone. Are you happy now? I'm not trying to make you happy, Jennifer. I just came to watch our children's event. So did I. Both fell silent again. But the tension between them had now become even more pronounced. The families around them had noticed this situation. Some were feeling uncomfortable while others were watching attentively. When one of the children solved a math problem incorrectly, Jennifer shouted, "Oh, that was so close." Ben looked at her. "You're being too loud." "What?" "You're embarrassing the kids." "You're being too loud." Jennifer's face turned red. "I'm supporting our children. If that's called being loud, then yes, I'm being loud. Supporting is one thing, drawing attention is another. Am I drawing attention? Am I the one drawing attention?" Voices were starting to rise. The families around them were now openly watching them. Some were trying to quiet their children by saying, "Shh, Jennifer, please lower your voice. Don't tell me what to do, Ben. You're not my husband anymore." This sentence had come out of Jennifer's mouth in a way that everyone in the auditorium could hear. The auditorium suddenly fell silent. Even the children on stage stopped for a moment. Ben's face turned white. "You're right. I'm not." Jennifer realized the impact of what she had said. She looked around and saw that everyone was watching them. Her face turned red. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that." "No, you're right. I have no right." Ben stood up. "I think I should go. Ben, please. The children are here." "Can you stay for them?" Ben stopped. He looked at the children. They were still busy with math problems, but they occasionally looked at their parents. "You're right. I'll stay for them. But..." Ben sat down again, but this time farther away from Jennifer. "But let's not talk anymore," Jennifer nodded. "Okay." For the remaining half hour, neither of them spoke at all. Jennifer kept her hands in her lap, while Ben kept his arms crossed over his chest. Both were watching the children, but the distance between them had become so pronounced that they seemed to be miles apart. When the event ended, the children came running to them. "Mom, Dad, how did we do?" asked one of the children. Jennifer and Ben smiled at the same time. "You were wonderful," they said. This was the only sentence they said together that day. While talking to the children, both were sincere. They kissed and hugged their children, but they never made eye contact with each other. As they were leaving the school, Jennifer turned to Ben. "Ben, I'm sorry about today." Ben stopped. "I'm sorry too, Jennifer. I was wrong. For the children, maybe next time we can be more careful." "Yes, for them." Both got into separate cars. Jennifer sat in her car for a while, leaning against the steering wheel and crying. Ben also sat in his car, burying his head in his hands. The families around them went home watching this scene. What happened that day was talked about at the school for weeks. They had come together for their children, but they realized that the wounds between them had not yet healed, and perhaps never would. When love ends, only pain and regret remain. Jennifer and Ben had experienced a bitter example of this that day. The tension that started in the school hallway continued with the fight in the auditorium and ended with the sadness experienced when parting. Two former spouses were able to be under the same roof for their children, but the break in their hearts had not yet healed. This story was a true reflection of the difficulties that divorced couples experience when they try to come together for their children. When love ends, only memories and the shared responsibility felt for children remain. Jennifer and Ben had experienced this painfully that day.